Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. This one's going to be a bit different because I'm in Wyedale at the top of the Monsal trail, so I'm at the Buxton end, about 2-3 miles away so from there. But this time, hey! Right, I've christened him Stanley because I've got a guitar called Sydney that's helped me through a few rough times, and at the moment I'm not walking too well, so in honour of my godfather, this is Stanley. Alright, yeah, okay. It's a folding bike, but seriously, I'm not walking too well, so I'm hoping to get around a bit on this for the time being, but I also thought I'd show you around a bit. So this is Wyedale, so I'm hoping to go along here for around about an hour or so, maybe end up at Monsal Head, but seriously, it's that long since I've ridden, I've got no idea. But, you know, I'm just taking the opportunity to get out when I can, so let's go. You know what I love, by the way? It's got a stand and it's so useful. I would have never have said that 10 years ago. Absolutely wonderful. The River Wye. So, just a quick story on the Monsal Trail. Basically, it was a railway built in 1863 by the Midland Railway. Lots of people were basically fighting to try and get through from London to Manchester, and this was the Midland Railway's attempt. The thing is, though, it closed along with a lot of railways in the 1960s and was left disused. However, it started to become a public right-of-way. This is a small village of Blackwell Mill. It's just only about a kilometre or so after we started. A lovely place, but we're just going to go to the right behind this hut up onto the Monsal Trail proper. That was cut through by navigators or navvies with hand tools. Good grief. Anyway, if we were to head and be allowed to straight down here, we would join the remains of this old railway. It goes into Buxton, but basically there were two stations for two different companies. We're on the Midland main line, and the other company was the London North Western Railway, which sort of had come up from Manchester, and so Buxton for a while had two stations. Man, timing is everything. I don't believe it. That is actually a train on the old remnants of the Monsal Trail. Whoa! So you can see just what they had to build through. Oh, I'm thrilled with that. So what the Monsal Trail is now running on, it's 8.5 miles long, down to Bakewell, is the old track bed, and it was really properly converted in 2011 when they opened up some incredible tunnels to allow this amazing run through. So I'm just going to see what's down here. Just look at this. Now, if you look through there, there's another viaduct. Long story short, where that train was just going, it was picking this old part of the railway up, because basically the two stations in Buxton didn't work. One company decided it wasn't going to let the Midland onto its line, so basically they backtracked to here and then built around the corner to where that train went. Bonkers. I've been here in the summer, but the winter adds a completely new perspective. Just look at this. Yep, I'm on top of another massive viaduct as well. There's a River Wye. Wonderful. Right, this is the start of these amazing tunnels. That's actually like the old British Rail writing. They've even mimicked that. That's wonderful. then all of a sudden we get this. It's a ginormous lime kiln right next to the railway. It's quite something, isn't it? Right, I know this isn't brilliant, but in there basically is the bottom of this lime kiln. So they put layers of lime, stone and then coal. Must be a good 80 odd feet high, this thing. And it burned at thousands of degrees. The conditions must have been horrific, but basically this was kind of like the white gold of the Peak District, the limestone. It's very spooky in here, actually. Ooh, I don't like it at all. Ooh, I really didn't like that. But yeah, this, through sweat and toil, was what gave the area its wealth, but at a terrible cost to workers. After that, I need a bit of this. So we're going to turn up at Millersdale station. So this is Millersdale. It was actually one of the biggest stations outside of any city. It had 5 platforms. But maybe because of the reason that it did serve a lot of communities, but also the huge limestone industry here. And they've also, I can see at the moment, we'll go and have a closer look, but they've got a little cafe hopefully still open at present. Oh, that's good. They've still got the little cafe open here, and there's some toilets as well. A wonderful place. Great claustrophobia and then vertigo in the space, oh man, of 2 minutes. Oh. But anyway, this is Millersdale. So the first one was built 1860s, the second one was, sorry it's a vertigo, was about 1905, and just look at that trellis work, wonderful. But yeah, it got that busy, it actually needed 2 railway bridges. I mean, it supported trains, but whoa. So that was taking out my film in 40 minutes and 4 kilometres. Absolutely wonderful. Next stop, Monsal Head. What a privilege to walk and ride down. Absolutely, wow. This was a problem before with the trail, that basically the tunnels were sealed and you had to go up around the outside of them. I'm sure we were, as a family, were here in the 70s, but this is the problem. Just overlooking Lytton Mill. The incredible Wye Valley with all that mist. Mean and murky, but do you know what? Just such a sense of space and adventure here. It's great. That's Cressbrook and Cressbrook Mill. Again, it's just so calm. Amazing, isn't it? I'm definitely going to come back in 6 months' time when hopefully things are better. The sat-nav as usual has gone west. I think we've done about 7k or so. In real time, just over an hour. Me though, I've took an hour and a half, but I can't recommend enough just taking your time, looking at all these places around here. It's absolutely wonderful. With this weather, I know it sounds odd, but it really is like I'm looking at a picture of the past here today. There's just something about it. And no joke, I really can smell steam. It'll be coal fires, but it's really quite evocative. Just to prove I'm staying safe, by the way, I don't think I've ever worn a helmet on the bike before. And here we are at the end of today's adventure. Man, it's still. And this is Monsal Head Viaduct. The only way forward from here was through a big massive tunnel, so that's for another time. But let's check this out. It's just amazing. So hold on. Seemingly gotten over me vertigo now. It's just stunning. Right, so that was about just over 8k, around about an hour and 15, but I'd honestly give yourself almost up to 2 hours when you're coming down just to enjoy all the other things to see. So thank you very much for coming on a ride with me from Wyedale to Monsal Head. It's been absolutely terrific. P.S. Hopefully the first of many adventures with me and Stanley the bike. My godfather, he had a terrible heart attack actually a few years ago. He's 77 now, but he's still riding, so if he can do it, I should get on with it myself. It's been brilliant. Actually, if you look closely there, I think that's an ancient carving of Elvis.